back to my platform. Those of you that are returning, those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I am going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody's had a good day. Please know that my readings are timeless, which means whenever you get to this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you. Okay? Just an FYI. So we are calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, the Ascended Masters, and we're asking that they put a protective shield around us. We're also calling upon our spirit guides. I think I said our ancestors. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, the archangels, God, the Holy Spirit, all of our spiritual team of highest light and resonance. And we're just asking that they put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from any harm or from anyone or anything that would try to cause any harm. And we just want to say thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, spiritual team. Thank you, thank you, thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, guardian angels. Thank you, thank you, thank you, archangels, for everything that you do for me and for this platform. We love you, we love you, we love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for all of everything, just everything. All honor, glory, and worship and praise goes to my higher self, the Most High God, your higher self, the Most High God, on this, for everything that's done on this platform. There's too many bottles on my desk. Like, what can I eliminate? That one right there. Okay, so I hope you guys have had a good day. I suggest that you watch all the readings on both of my platforms. I have another platform called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. On that platform, I do readings similar to these, but I use more of like the oracle cards and stuff like that. This is a channel that's basically for tarot, and then for any messages that come through. Also, if any of you guys have any, and thank you, God, for everything. Amen. If you guys have any questions that you need answered, you can send me a $20 super chat. I'll pause the collective reading and I'll answer your question. Okay. And I will set a 20-minute timer. And that way it keeps me on schedule and on track. So if you guys could do that at the beginning of the reading, that would be the best. Okay. And yeah. So by watching my readings, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my readings, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Okay? I'm doing what God has asked me to do, what the divine realm has created me to do. So just be respectful of that. And again, everybody on this platform, if I talk about anything in the realms of health, follow up before you apply any advice from like a tarot reader or just anyone. Please just follow up with like a professional. Like, I don't claim to be a medical doctor. I was a medical assistant at one point, but that was like, I just basically went to school for it. I didn't actually work as a job at it. Anyways, but I am not a doctor, okay? And I am not a therapist. I am literally an intuitive, a psychic, a prophet, a seer, a chosen one. Okay. So yeah, if I talk about anything in the realms of legal that I get information-wise, follow up with a legal professional, okay? That's just being responsible with the energy, which, you know, be responsible. Just follow up with a professional so that you can get the details right, okay? Please like the video, you guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Tap that notification bell. It means so much to me. Thank you in advance for your guys' donations, your support, and your love. I really, really love you guys, and I appreciate you guys so much for spending your time with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get the likes up. I believe in you guys. It's only one tap of the finger for you, but for me. And if you could hype the video, that would greatly help these messages get to the people that they're meant to get to. But yeah, that one tap of your finger for me really, really helps this platform. And so thank you guys so much for in advance confirmation. Like, what are the sounds that are just randomly going off? Okay, so I'm going to talk about two books. Links to these books are in the description box below. And why I tell you guys to watch each of the readings on both platforms is because each reading will hold a personal Easter egg of knowledge for you to be able to download and decode for your own spiritual journey. Okay, so use your best discernment. I would just go through the readings, and then whatever one the title, like whatever the title says, and if you feel drawn to that title, click on that reading. Okay, all right, so the links to these books are in the description box below. The first book is called of God. It's an advanced intuitive living workbook. This, oh, thank you guys. This book is a lifesaver. It's like the cheat code to manifesting your own reality. I mean, I just opened it to tools to create a positive reality. That's what I literally opened it up to. That's funny. But yeah. So I use the tools in this book, or you could call them techniques, but a technique is a tool basically. And I'm going to talk about the 3 ones that I use that are been life-changing for me. Like, I've always been psychic, but the majority of my life I felt trapped in the psychic realm to where I was having all of these supernatural experiences. You can call them paranormal, supernatural, spiritual, whatever, otherworldly. And I had no way to like really explain that because my vocabulary was very limited to like me just like being very young, growing up. Like I always played in the yard with my fairies, but like when it come to like me verbalizing and saying to somebody what I was going through, I couldn't really bring it to words. So, but I can just tell you that it was very traumatizing. Okay. Like dead people crawling all over me while I'm trying to sleep. I would like literally pull my covers over my head. I would run from one light switch in the house to the next, terrified, dude. Like seriously. So anyways, I felt trapped basically in the psychic realm. And I was in religion. I went to Catholic school for a long time. I went to religious Catholic church for a long time, and I never gained a real connection with God through that. Again, not even one with Jesus, but my connection with Jesus actually came way later on, existing in the fullness, but God no less. So the first technique I'm going to talk about is and there's so many other techniques. Like I'm looking just like feeling meditation. It teaches you how to meditate, all that stuff. Joy, love, grounding, breathing technique, prayer. It's all about frequency, creating your own reality. Tools to creating a positive reality. All manifestation starts as thought. Future, past, live in the now. It says, you, God, created a system that at birth, this new subconsciousness human mind would be very connected to your God self, but not connected to the new environment. The more that you acclimate to your surroundings, the more it becomes a dominant thought pattern and focus. The ability to be connected to God is still there, but if it's not fostered to be used in some way, in some cases fades away. The ability to be connected is always here. It just needs to be focused upon. So when I first started doing the God technique, it like raised me out of, well, I felt like my frequency was here and I was being trapped straight up, whether it was like, I don't know if it was the rituals. I don't know if it was just me being psychic and not having that open communication that this book and connection gave me. I don't know. It could have been a couple of different things, but I will say that I was trapped in the ego and I felt that way. And so when I first started doing the God technique, it raises your consciousness, and so that you're looking out through the eyes of God, and it's a complete consciousness shift, like complete awareness change. So your vibration changes, but your consciousness raises, which means your awareness expands. And by doing that, you can look out through the eyes of God and see things as they actually are, not as your human, I would say, trapped perspective is from being in your ego. So the more that I do that God technique, which I do it all the time, the less that this gap in consciousness is, because my consciousness is just raising. So it really does change your DNA. It helps you tap into your gifts and abilities. It opens your spiritual connection. It opens your crown chakra. And so that's the first technique. It's probably the most powerful. When I would have anything like spiritually unhappy going on, like demons or whatever the fuck I was seeing around me, doing the God technique raised me above it. When people are like, well, what do you do? I come to the techniques in this book, and I use the techniques in this book because that's what's worked for me. And I know it's worked for other people because I've taught other people how to do some of these techniques, which I want you guys to get this book because it's going to change your life for the better. So yeah, big vibration changer, big frequency changer. Okay. It helps you to detach as well. from your third dimensional human perspective is what I want to say. So the second technique is the joy versus anger technique. And that technique allows you to ask yes and no questions with your higher self, God, so you can get an immediate response back. And then not having to like say a prayer and wait for a sign from the universe or look for an angel number, where you have an open communication all of the time with your higher self. And because the joy versus anger is it's a clairsentience. Everybody has clairsentience, which is clear feeling, which is like a guttural feeling. Okay, so you're using it's like taking your intuition to the gym and you doing a workout. And so you get that yes and no answering system down, and then you're always in divine communication with your higher self, which is God. So we could be asking, like before I wasn't asking, should I go here? Should I do this? I mean, shit, I should have asked, should I do medical assisting? I thought it would be interesting, but fuck no. I'm a pussy when it comes to seeing blood. Like, no. I had a few experiences just in my internship thing, and I was like, nope, can't handle this. Too much, too high stress situations. So anyways, had I had this technique then, I would have just been like, okay, I'll just, because I've always been psychic, and I went through a major awakening in 2012. I wanted to do readings, but I was like, is that something that people even are into? And I had already enrolled into school. And so, yeah, I ended up finding out that readings was what the career was going to be for me. But anyways, so the joy versus anger technique. Now I use that technique when I'm doing these readings. I use this technique when I'm planning like any type of outing or going to do something or going to a concert or even buying anything. If I don't get a yes, I don't do it. I don't go, I don't buy it. I don't go around that person, like, because I know too many times of how shitty you can feel when you walk into a trap and you already got the answer like given to you, multiple times, and you just like want it to be something different than it is, and it's not. So I know what that feels like, and it's not fun. So learn to trust yourself. Okay. What I love about the joy versus anger technique is like, even though you can use a pendulum or you can do muscle testing to get an answer, the joy versus anger technique is more accurate. You will not ever get a false reading with your gut intuition. And if you guys are thinking about going somewhere, going out on a date, meeting up with somebody, and your stomach turns to knots, please reevaluate whatever it is that you're thinking about doing. Okay? Please. Because that is your body responding to you, telling you, the rest of you, that, hey, something is not right. Okay? And like, our bodies will do anything to keep us alive. They're really miraculous things. I'm serious. Our bodies a life itself is very miraculous, I believe. So the joy versus anger technique. So now the only time that I run into situations will be like if I didn't ask the right question, or I forgot to ask at all. Then that's the times when I run into situations that I'm not prepared for, that I could potentially be like, oh, that really was not fun, but then it always reminds me just to ask, and I go, okay, I get right back on track. So it says, as the joy versus anger technique was the most important and useful intuitive application in this book, the mind technique is of the same importance level, but designed to clear the negative mental and emotional baggage beliefs that we're dragging around, which are influencing the reality that we are creating. Anytime there is something that's going on that does not feel good to me, I know that there are beliefs that I have, or thoughts or feelings or whatever, but there is stuff that I'm holding on to that's creating that experience. Because I know how to use the mind technique. I get rid of the beliefs and the situations go away. That's like literally if somebody were to be like, well, how do you change your circumstance? Get the Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN. Do the techniques in it. I mean, I'm only talking about the 3 that I use every day, but I do meditate. But like, seriously, there's so many other techniques in this book that'll be life-changing for you. From everything from meditation to energy ball, cleaning out the temple, which is physical health. And I've talked to you guys before about how one of the Kennedys that's around now today, that's invested in the food industry, well, he had this quote written on a bench outside of like the whatever FDA, whatever it is. And it says, the devil has gotten into our food. And that's literally with all of these preservatives, additives, derivatives, whatever the fuck they're called. Like, I butchered that. But you know what I'm saying? Whatever all these chemical things are, and we're like, oh, what is citronitrate 3 3, 4, like shit like that. Okay. All of that stuff is what Kennedy's talking about, because all of that stuff, what it does when it enters into your body, it starts to clog you up energetically so that you don't have a clear connection. That is why Jesus fasted. That is why Jesus, I mean, I don't suggest that anybody does a water fast. That to me for a human sounds super dangerous. I've heard of them though, but I have never attempted to do a water fast. No. But yeah, just let you know, when you fast and and it doesn't have to be a long fast. It could be from, 5 in the afternoon till the next afternoon or something like that. But when you fast, it opens you up spiritually and your abilities come forward, your consciousness raises. And so that's why those of you that eat healthy foods, how food affects consciousness. And that's why praying over your food is so important, so that you are because your food is an intelligent thing. This is why eating live foods are probably the best things, because it's already alive. It's going to communicate with your body system to help your body system. And you can eat things via the chakras. Okay. So if you're like wanting to work on your sacral chakra, let's see, you could get, is it called cantaloupe? I think it's called cantaloupe, but it's orange on the inside. You could get pumpkin squash. What else is orange? You could get an orange. All of those things would boost that chakra. Okay. And then for the root chakra, you eat roots, like, I wouldn't call them roots, but things that are rooted into the ground, like potatoes. Okay. So you could look at things that are brown, and then also things that are like rooty, like carrots. Okay. Even though carrots would help with the sacral chakra, you get where I'm going with this. So yeah, things that are rooted into the earth. And pay attention to how you feel after you eat. If you were to start to feel weird, this is why I think keeping a food journal while you're figuring out what your healthy best lifestyle is going to be is very important. I would write down, for every food that you try, I would try individual foods, like eating. And if you have to put salt on it, put salt on it, but use pink Himalayan salt. Don't use iodized salt. Iodized salt is what gives you heart problems. Pink Himalayan salt, it's a beautiful mineral. You can also use sea salt. Beautiful and very delicious mineral. And you do not have to do any damage to your body with pink Himalayan salts. Also, it's got a much higher mineral content. So we do need minerals to continue to stay alive. So anyways, but yeah, what I have been learning is trying one thing at a time, like a cucumber with salt on it. Okay. Eating that, just cutting it up or peeling it, eating it, depending if you get an English or a regular, but cutting it up, eating that. Then I wait 15 minutes. I write down how I feel. And then at the 30-minute point, again, that's giving it another 15 minutes to be processed. I write down how I feel. And then that's basically the food journal. Okay. And so you can go through and be like, well, it looks like cucumber, I felt good, clean energy. No, like weighing me down. You know how, like, if you eat meat and potatoes sometimes, or even fast foods, it can really, really weigh you down. Yeah. So paying attention to how the food affects you, and then going through the different things that, that you would eat. Like, obviously, sometimes you just need to try something being cooked a different way to like it. I know that's for sure. Me growing up, when I had asparagus, it was always like floppy and noodly, and no, I don't like that texture. But the way that it's done now, like, because I'm not at home like that, the way that it's done now, it's like crunchy and it's delicious. So anyways, that's just one example. So don't write things completely out of your diet that you're like, well, I had one bad experience. And obviously, if you have an allergy, write that down in your journal. Even keep a note in your phone or something that you have allergies. I think there's some type of contact thing you can put that's already in your phone that has your information on it. That way, if somebody were to find you, and God forbid, but if somebody were to find you unconscious with anaphylactic shock, they could. This is why I feel like Like, it's so good to lock your phone with a thumbprint, but it's also hazardous as well. But anyways, there's a way you can bypass that. But that's just a little bit on food. I don't know why we had to go into that. I guess maybe it's going to be relevant for you guys. So Visago, so this is the second book, you guys. This is the book that I've written. It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And this book is going to help you guys learn the major arcana cards. I wrote this book off of the original Rider-Waite deck, Ryderwaite. And let's get the likes up, you guys, please. And thank you. Thank you for sharing this content. Thank you for hyping the video. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for showing up, you guys. So yeah, I'm going to read from the Lovers because the Valentine's Day is like, what? It's like 2 days away from now. So it must be on Saturday. Okay. So for each of the major arcana cards, I've created a tarot card spread that has different tarot card positions that will give you a deep dive into the major arcana card. And then there's a spell that goes with it. And a spell is not any, it's something you do with God and the Holy Spirit. You can call it a manifestation technique, but it doesn't involve doing anything to anybody else. This is for you to integrate the major arcana energies and use them in your life in an active way to create things that you want. Okay. So the Lovers is number 6. Answer is yes. So everything that you see on the original Rider-Waite major arcana cards, there's a position for in the tarot card spread for it. Just to give you guys like an idea. It starts out with the 14 zodiac tarot card spread that has 2 positions you pull for each of the 14 zodiac signs. And one of them is your south node, which is your ego, where you start out in life. And the other one is your north node. And then you get to find out information on transitioning to that north node energy. And the spell is to step into your own destiny, but it also helps you to integrate all of the zodiac signs so that you can start to adopt traits that other zodiac signs have as well that are favorable, right? And the good thing is like not having to actually be the zodiac sign is you can just adopt the favorable traits. You don't have to have the baggage that goes with it because you're not actually that. You've just integrated it. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So the Lovers, it's Gemini. The Lovers are a representation of a twin flame soul partnership and soul contract. The Lovers can inspire new love and the beginning of a new romance. The Lovers represent 2 beautiful souls coming into divine union. This card represents good times, close friendships, physical beauty, attractiveness, and compatibility with love life partnerships. The Lovers can represent temptation, sexuality, lust, and love coming into your life. Position 1 is the astrological cherubim. So on the card, there is an angel. It looks like a Cupid angel. That's right above the people on the card. And so that's what this card position is. Oh my gosh, I just cut the deck literally on the Lovers. I just have to cover up their bodies there. But you see that angel right there? That's Cupid. Okay. So that's what this position 1 is about. It said that this card position will show you the angelic aid that is written in your birth chart, how astrologically aligned and compatible you are with the cherubim, Cupid-like angels of love. If you are connected to your heart chakra, or if you wear your heart on your sleeve, that may show up in the card that you pull for this position. So this book is going to teach you how to read cards for yourself and for other people. And you can do the tarot card spreads and spells in this card as many times as you want. You'll get new information every single time and more information. So yeah, it says that if you pull the Lovers card for this position, you will know that you have an angel of love looking out over you and that you have a twin flame divine union soul ascension contract to fulfill in this lifetime, which is a very, very big deal. So position 2 is the left hand of the cherubim. So you see the cherubim's got 2 hands there. This card position represents lust and primal sexual drives of a person. Sexual prowess and how dominant or submissive that you are can be revealed in the card that you pull for this position. If you have any sexual vices or perversions or kinkiness, that may show up in the spicy energy of the card that you pull for this position. If you pull the Devil card for this position, you will know that you have a succubus or incubus demon attachment that you will want to get cleansed away, obviously. Furthermore, if you pull the Devil card for this position, it could show you that some sex magic has been performed on you with the intention to harvest your sacred yoni energy. If you do pull the Devil card for this spot, you can pull 2 additional cards for this position if you need further guidance to see what is going on there. So make sure that you check the answer for each tarot card so that you can ask more questions and get yes and no answers, okay, to further guide you through tarot. So yeah, so the lover spell is to draw love into one's life. The chariot spell is to remove obstacles. The wheel of fortune spell is to draw in good fortune. The temperance spell is to manifest with Archangel Michael. The death spell is to bring about appropriate endings, ones that you actually want to end. The star is about tapping into your abilities and your talents to manifest a wish. You get the idea. So in the back of the book, I'm going to read from the Lovers because that's what I was just reading. But in the back of the book, I have a compendium of knowledge of what it could mean when you have different major arcana cards coming out one next week to another. And if you were to see that, I would be like, whoa, something's going on here. We need to look at that. Because that's a big deal, especially if you get like 3 or 4. Holy crap. Okay. Like sometimes when you do a reading for somebody or you do it for yourself, you'll only get like 1 major arcana card coming out. So to get quite a few of them, I would be like, damn, that is something to look at. Okay. So the Lover's Tarot card is a positive card to pull, but when it's in the reverse, it warns one of a bad choice made in love life that has been made. When the lover is upright, you can expect the coming together of 2 individuals who are divinely connected to one another, such as a soulmate, twin flame, or karmic relationship partnership. If the Lovers comes out before the Star Tarot card, you can expect to have a relationship that is in the public view. Get ready for the paparazzi because a famous love life is coming your way. If you pull the Lovers with the Emperor, it means that the masculine energy, I had to pop my ear, you guys. The masculine energy of the Emperor could be whoever's coming in could be like a CEO, a boss daddy, wealthy, intelligent, mature, bold, courageous, and kind. If you pull the Lovers and then pull the 9 of Swords or the 10 of Swords, it could be a big warning that the person that you're having a partnership is going to cause you great grief and put you through karma. And it just keeps going on and on and on, you guys. But check this book out, okay? It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. You guys are going to love it. It's going to help you guys learn how to read your own cards and get messages and learn how you can read for other people too. If you're interested in that type of thing. So, yeah, we were talking about diet. You know what I was getting, you guys? Let's get the likes up, please, and thank you. I was picking up that tomorrow was going to be some type of portal, even though it doesn't look like a portal, like February 4th. No, it's not tomorrow. It's the day after tomorrow. Okay, that's right. Okay, so on the 14th, on Valentine's Day, it's going to be the energy of a portal, which is going to bring in a lot of new love, like partnerships, a lot of new connections. The energy of 2026, for some reason, okay, nature has observed that that birds mate on February 14th. Isn't that weird? And it's Valentine's Day, so you know, there's a couple of different astrological aspects that are going to be influencing the day that influence it every year. But, you know, I feel like this is a good, I don't feel like everybody's going to go through the portal. I feel like some people are. I feel like everybody's going to go through a portal, but the highest one that I'm seeing for people to like awaken, I don't see that everybody's going to jump on their highest timeline. They may have a realization about something. I do get that big time. The Magician. Yeah, you guys are standing in your power. You're figuring out that you can manifest, that you are a very, very good creator. You're very good at creating things. I also get that, you know, you have the power of concentration to where if you want to will something into existence, you can. Make sure you guys share this content, please, and thank you. Okay. And I was going to do a second reading last night, but I just did not feel good. And I'm so sorry about that, you guys, because I was like, I'm going to go to my other platform, but I didn't because I just did not feel good. I don't know what the hell it was, but oh yeah, it was thoughts and beliefs. Surprise, surprise. Like, seriously, what is it always? Thoughts and beliefs. Anyways, okay, so the Magicians is a card of being in your power. All right, you could have called your power and your energy back to you, boom, snatched it away from somebody. The death. This is what I'm talking about. I'm serious. You called your power and your energy back and snatched it away from somebody. And you're standing in your power. You could be like putting your foot down in a relationship and being like, enough is enough. Or you could have just walked away from a relationship. Whatever this opening is that I'm seeing, oh yeah, it's a portal. Basically, what's going to happen is, you know, instead of having a lot of people, what's going to happen for them is that instead of them having to go through the same type of relationship over and over again, there's going to be a revelation that people have. Boom. Realizing that, okay, my type, whatever my type is not a good type to have. And that's the problem. So I do feel like it's going to be kind of chaotic, causing a lot of disruption in relationships that have just been going on for too long anyways. That's literally what I'm getting. So there will be people like having this awakening when it comes to love and when it comes to themselves, going through and they may feel like this shit is an ego death, but it's really not. It's not an ego death. It's just literally going through a portal to where you get to your highest timeline so that you get the next person that comes in. So it's going to be a lot of healing, but the next person that comes in is somebody that you want to have. Okay. It's not somebody that is on the same old cycle. So it is about breaking cycles. It's also about jumping to your highest timeline. 8 of Wands. Whoever this person is that you snatched your energy away from, they're at a crossroads. They need to make a new decision about what it is they want to do with their lives other than consuming you with their problems. Because I don't feel like you're willing to do that anymore. I also get that this crossroad, this death energy, somebody was trying to end you having a positive relationship in the future. It's not possible. So yeah, crazy though. Interesting. The Emperor. So you're showing up as the boss. This person is like, they were doubting you at first. I also get that sometimes you'd have to, the Emperor is somebody that is a leader because they make good choices. Sometimes you just have to put your foot down when it comes to certain things and certain people. And it's okay to do that. And if any of you have, thank you, Fashionista. I hope you guys are having a good day. If any of you have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat with your question and I will answer your question. I feel like I'm just like, I don't know, slow or something. Like the information comes so quickly that I cannot get it out with my mouth fast enough. If I could just telepathically, like on Star Trek, just have a screen just appear with all of it there, I would be like, boom, that's it. So anyways, look, you guys are the Emperor and the Magician. Yeah, nobody's going to get past that. I can already tell that this is going to be a good reading. Page of Pentacles. Okay. So the page energies are younger energies. They could be in their 30s or they could be younger than that. Again, they do say that it's a male, but I get that this could be a female or a male. The page cards to me represent children. So I feel like, let me just ask a question. Is the Page of Pentacles attached to the Emperor? Like, is this a child of the Emperor? No. Okay, is this Page of Pentacles attached to Death? Yes. Okay, interesting. So there could have been somebody that was trying to challenge your authority that was a younger person, and maybe they were trying to go to the crossroads and make a death offering against you. This person's about to learn a lesson for doing that. I also get that, yeah, this younger energy, it could be a male or it could be a female. Could be somebody that's transgender. You have not done anything to this person. This is somebody that knows you through social media or knows you through like a neighbor's neighbor or something like that. Like, is this a neighbor to the collective? No. Okay. So it's not a neighbor, but somehow this person is aware of you. Wow. I think, is this about trying to take somebody's position when you haven't worked for it, or like you're not? Yeah, it has to do with that. Does it have to do with jealousy? No, it has to do with like ambition. I get more of ambition energy. The Page of Pentacles is somebody that's very ambitious. They're willing to try new things, but they're still trying to work an old system. Taking from the vulnerable. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. But people need to understand that don't fuck with old people. It'll get you bad karma. Plus, Old people, the reason that they're still alive is because they've survived a lot of shit. So we may think that the elderly is dumb, but no, the fuck it's not. Okay? It's really not. So I know that some people get scammed, but I really get that this is like, you're still in your prime. You're not an elderly person. This younger person wants to, well, they want to dethrone you and then like sit in your chair and pretend to be the boss. It's giving me very childish energy, very young mentality. This person has not learned the error of their hubris, but they will, because like I said, what you send out, you will get back. This person will get back the death magic shit that they sent out. They will. Devil. I'm serious. I'm serious. This Page of Pentacles. They're going to be like, what do I do? What do I do? And the crazy shit is like confirmation. You know, what would this person do? All they know is witchcraft. They don't know anything else. What would they do? Literally, this is what's going to happen to them. I feel like you don't need to be afraid at all. What does this have to do with the portal? Maybe there was somebody that was like working behind the scenes against you to keep you stuck in a certain place, and a place where you had to like feel like you needed to defend yourself and those around you. Interesting. You know, so what does this have to do with the love life? Because I keep getting that this also has to do with love. Maybe there's a younger person that wants somebody's partner. Is that it? No, but it's something like that. Strength. See, you are strong. This is what I'm saying. The Emperor and Strength, the Magician, the Emperor, and the Strength. Those are three major arcana cards. Remember what I was saying about when they start coming out like that, that is a big freaking deal. That is a very big deal right there, because that's an example of what I was literally just talking about. And this person's got two, but then the other two cards are minor cards. So I feel like, and the two major arcana cards that this little shithead has literally is Death and the Devil. Who the fuck wants those? Like, out of all of them, you've got the good shit. This person does not. And you just naturally have this stuff, you guys. I also feel like you're very attractive people. Five of Wands. This was definitely about competition and greed and lust and coveting and all of that shit. That's why this person's experiencing so much bad luck. They feel like, well, they really thought they were going to use the devil to challenge your authority, and then they're being completely shut down for that. This person was trying to compete with you when they need to just do what they're here to do and stop worrying about you. Yeah, this person is just pissed off because they're experiencing bad luck now. Oh, well. I also get that somebody keeps trying to shut your third eye so you can't see what they're doing. That's so dumb. Seven of Wands. Yeah, you've probably already stood up to this person. And if you do, this person is about to like seriously test you. If you have to stand up for yourself, just do it, you know, protect yourself, obviously. Don't let other people get over. I mean, forgive people, but still, if you have to show somebody that you are not to be fucked with, that's what it is. And I would do it in a non-aggressive way, but in a very like, call somebody out and be like, I know who you are. I know what you're doing, and I do not accept it. I don't accept this shit at all. But I get that you guys all of the time, almost all of the time, you don't have to stand up to people. You really don't, because people, like, it just never comes to you having to aggressively use force against somebody. That's not a normal everyday, it shouldn't be, I should say. It's not a healthy, normal everyday situation to have to go through. So what I'm getting is to be very compassionate with yourself. The Strength card is also about compassion and having a good character. This is what makes you shine so brightly. And somebody could be saying, oh, you practice magic or the occult or whatever. People are going to say whatever they want. Just, you know what you do and you know what you don't do. And there's nothing that these people are going to say that is ever going to actually hold any type of weight. This person, they wanted to use the devil to challenge your authority. Really? You took control of your life. Okay, that's like what I'm seeing is that you took control of your life, you move forward, and now you're standing in your strength, which is the Magician, but it's also the Strength card, but it's also the Magician. You're standing in your personal power and you're saying, like, what? What are you going to do? Like, literally, you want to compete with me for some shit that you'll never have? Go ahead, waste your time. I would literally just, but I would also be like, hey, but you can't come over here playing games because this is not a safe place to play games. Knight of Wands. This is what I'm saying. The Knight energy. This person could be getting hyped up by a Knight of Wands. That's hilarious to me. The Knight of Wands is a very fleeting energy, very sexual energy. Somebody that comes in real hot, then leaves. This is who this other person's actual competition is. And the funny thing is that they're not even aware of that. They're looking at you like you're the competition. This person could fucking never compete with you. But this other person, they're actually this other person's competition. So yeah. Interesting how people can be so freaking blinded like that. Damn. I pray that I never am in one of those situations. Shit. 5 of Cups, because it would be a grieving situation. Loss, regrets, loss of a love relationship. Interesting. I don't feel like you want anything to do with these people. And some of you don't even know these people like that. Like they could be a very like acquaintance, like you've seen them once or something. But these people, this is why I think they're watching you through the internet or something. It's got to be some type of technology that they're hacking into or watching you through. That's what I'm getting. Because it feels like, these people were trying to find a doorway into your life, and you putting up boundaries has caused them to be consumed with other issues. Okay, the universe is giving them more problems to worry about. They don't need to be worrying about your shit. They need to be worrying about theirs. Literally. That's crazy. And I do get the energy of competition, but this person could never, none of these people, not the Page of Pentacles nor the Knight of Wands, could ever compete with you. Like, no. 8 of Cups. 5 of Cups to the 8 of Cups. Yikes. That's walking around very, very upset. I never really noticed that person is standing very close to the water. I actually thought that they were walking on the waves. They're not. They're just standing very close to the water. Looks dangerous. So this person is going to be depressed. They're going to be upset when they're told no by you. Okay. You saying no. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please. And thank you. And if you guys could share this content, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. So anyways, literally, you guys, you're showing up strong. The Emperor, the builder. The Emperor is like somebody that can rule other people. You lead other people towards the light. The Magician, the 7 of Wands. That's you having to use your natural power to stand up for yourself. So these people have to walk away because they're in the 7 of Pentacles, because the tables are turning and you're getting your way. Okay. There was a time when this person was seriously blocking you from getting anything that you wanted. Now that time is over, yeah, these people, their finances are at risk. And the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. So at one point you could have been in the Queen of Pentacles, and then you leveled up, evolved, upgraded to the Emperor. And again, everybody that's alive has feminine and masculine energy. Okay, so just take the gender out of tarot. But the Queen of Pentacles is somebody that's like a nurturer, very, very dependable, stable, somebody that would wears their heart on their sleeve, would help another person out if they ask them. I feel like this version of you, it had to go through its metamorphosis so that you could be this Emperor version of you. That's what I feel. And I feel like for a long time, you could have been defending you being sensitive to social and political issues, and you could have been defending things. And now you're just you've evolved to the point where you're not going to argue with people. You're not even going to defend things. Like if something needs your defense, you'll defend it. But if it's something that is like going on outside or whatever chaos in the world, like you don't have to chime in and defend on either way. But you are figuring out that you do have to defend yourself, and the universe will bring in situations like this so that you can learn how to defend yourself in a non-harm, and I'm saying like literally like non-harmful, okay? You can defend yourself verbally without cursing someone out, without, screaming at them. You can still defend yourself. And so I feel like words are greatest tools. It's much better to defend ourselves. But if you ever had to defend yourself physically, obviously do that. But yeah, I want you guys to avoid situations where you would have to defend yourself in any type of way. So there's something that needs to be healed with pulling in people that are low vibrational and that want to challenge your authority. 5 of Pentacles. These people are finding out that they're losing a home, or they have already lost this property. Damn. Well, they also have to walk away from trying to get you to lose your home, which is something that these people wanted. Total weirdos. I feel like maybe if you don't have a home, you can't work. No, I feel like that's never going to happen. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles is what just flopped out. The Ace of Pentacles. These people were after the Ace of Pentacles. That's what they were after. But you can't steal stuff that comes from God. That's like the divine realm making sure that you have more than what you need, and that you have enough money for the things that you need, that you want, that are for your highest and best good. This is like your pennies come from heaven energy, which obviously that's exactly what that looks like. You can look at the pentacle as being a coin because it represents finances. Interesting. So what you planted when you were in the Queen of Pentacles energy is now growing, it's maturing, and it's, I would call what, gestating. You're getting ready to give birth to something here. It could be a new business, it could be going back to a business, it could be a new idea. Let's get the likes up, you guys. 2 of Cups. It could be a new partnership. Wow. This could be a contract with the universe, and it could also be a contract with another person. Says new love affair. You will be in sync with one another. 2 people finally come together after a long flirtation. A broken relationship is healed through forgiveness. Connections are made in business. The start of a new relationship that will dramatically have a good effect on your life. So that's what the 2 of Cups is. I always look at it as like, a soul divine contract. And then secondly, it would be like a relationship contract, like a soulmate or twin flame. Even though the Lover's card represents a soulmate and twin flame. The 9 of Pentacles. So this other person, well, I also feel like God is, your higher self, also a 9 of Pentacles, somebody that can stand on their own 2 feet, doesn't require other people's assistance. You could probably do a lot of things for your life, okay? You're able to be stable. Able to be stable. I like that. That should be a slogan. So yeah. Okay, now I won't forget it. Anyways, so the 9 of Pentacles is like you guys having an inheritance that you're born with that allows you to be stable, okay? It's like divine. It also talks about that your money and possessions are going to be safe no matter what. I would not be worried about, unless you have a habit of pulling in gold diggers, I would not worry about somebody coming in to just drain you of your resources. Not this new person, these people, maybe these other people, okay? But like these people wanted to replace you. Like you could, like you're a fucking like appliance. Like what in the hell? No, it's not. That's not what's going to happen. Look, judgment. This is why these people feel so shitty right now. They feel so bad because they're like, they know that they're up under judgment. I also feel that these 2 people could have tried to like coordinate to communicate with you online, and they thought that they were getting something from that, like they would be rewarded for that, and they're not being rewarded. So they feel slighted for some type of reason. And they also know that you've either accepted a cup of love from somebody or you're getting ready to pull in somebody that you're going to accept a cup of love from. That's definitely not going to be them. Yeah, they can tell that for sure. Just the way that your energy responds to these people. King of Wands, all of these people, I'm serious. They're very weird. They're very weird and very competitive people with each other. And like I said, these people are not your competition. These people are each other's competition, but they don't realize that. Like, that's crazy. It's just like, you know how in boxing you have like lightweights, whatever the middle one's called, and then heavyweights. You're a heavyweight and this person's a lightweight, and they think that they can just jump into your area because they know boxing. No, they're not even going to let you compete. That's why I said it's not possible. Those people are like lightweights and you're a heavyweight champion. And they're like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. I could knock them out, and then boom. No, it would never be allowed to happen, because obviously you would destroy this person. And that's why they have the different classifications of weights and stuff like that, so that people are not getting mortally wounded. I mean, yeah, Knight of Cups. This is like some weird love proposal. These people, they could be part of the LGBTQ plus community. This King of Wands and Knight of Cups energy. That's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just wondering, what the hell are these people trying to do with you? What does that have to do with you? Seriously. I also feel like you're not going to ever have a relationship for like when people like have fake relationships, like PR relationship, or if this is somebody that's LGBTQ plus but wants to hide from that, and then they marry a woman and they trick the woman, or if these are men that want to compete with you, whatever your situation is, just know that you don't have to play this game, because you're not the same qualification as them. I hope that's making sense. Like, look at it through the lens of boxing. Page of Cups. These people, they want to be where you're at, but they don't have the physical makeup to be where you're at. Their genetic makeup is not genetic makeuping, okay, to be equivalent to you. And I also get that these people have completely different focuses on what they want. And I don't know why they're trying to make you a center of that focus. The hell? I also feel like if somebody tried to mess with your free will, to mess with your dating life, it did not work. They're probably wondering, did the spell that I do work? Like, when I come into their life? No, these people are not coming anywhere near your life. They bring poverty, death, and the devil with them. You don't want anything to do with these people. You'll be able to see right through them. This is why I feel like people that fuck with intuitive people are really stupid. They've got to be the most ignorant ass motherfuckers ever to play with somebody that is a trained intuitive. Like, you've got to be dumb. Seriously. Like, you'll see through these people. They think, oh, I'll just slide in and befriend them. And these people always give themselves away. They always give what they're doing away. The moon. This is what I'm saying. This person's waiting for some stupid moon manifestation to come into existence. Yeah, right. It's not going to. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. Ignorant and arrogant. Yeah, hubris. Just foolish. Childish. All these people that are clearly adults are acting like children when it comes to you. You gotta know there's something special about your energy. Because it's got all these people acting all out. Going to desperate shit, like doing moon magic. I mean, that's pretty desperate. Especially when you're not even doing it to benefit. Like, okay, if I'm ever going to spend time doing any type of magic, it is going to be like a self-love, self-help type of thing. Okay. Like, seriously, I'm never going to do no shit on anybody else. What the fuck? No, I would never even attempt that, because I see what happens from it, and I wouldn't want that shit to happen to me. And I would definitely not want somebody fucking with my free will. Absolutely not. I get that this person that's coming in, that you're going to meet after you go through like this portal and have a realization about your love life, You're going to meet this person and you're going to be like, damn, they're exactly like me. Like they have had mirroring experiences, and not to trauma bond with them, but I'm like literally getting the same type of, like, in a divine way, you guys have had the same type of lessons in life. The Fool. Yeah. Like when you were younger and stuff like that. So these people, just know that they're still stuck in this foolish, childish, very close to danger energy. I'm serious. And you're like, stranger danger with everybody. I don't get that everybody's going to be like this, but you know, there is an energy that wants to trick you. That's what I would say. What is it trying to do? It's trying to, yeah, influence you, and that's another form of trickery. So, manipulation. These people are all very full of themselves, to the point where their shit is overflowing. They're beyond full. If you get where I'm going with that. These people are so full of themselves. They think that they're the best thing ever. And these people come into other people's lives and destroy other people's lives and take on their personalities and shit. I'm serious. These people are very, very delusional. They don't even realize that every time they come into another person's life, that they fuck that person's life up. That, like, you would think that because these people are losers, you would think that they would be like, man, why do I keep losing? Well, when you come into somebody else's life and you destroy their entire fucking life, what would you think that was going to happen of that? And you continue to do it to everybody like an idiot. What the fuck would you think would come of that? That's like trying to tell the universe, oh, I know what this shit that I did, but don't bring it back to me, because that's not fair. Like, it's completely fair. This is why if you just do right by other people to the best of your ability, you're gonna get by. It's just like in school. Like, if you study, if you pay attention, you're going to get by. The High Priestess. This is what I was saying. You guys are the intuitive people. You're the ones that are like able to be like, okay, make this move. Okay, do this. Okay, go here. You're the one calling the shots. Like, your ability calls the shots. And if your ability is going to easily discern these people and be like, no, absolutely not. And you don't have to settle for this type of bum ass behavior. These people want you to think that they're the only caliber of person out there. Like, no. Okay, I'm sorry, but no. There's somebody that's called an actual twin flame, and those types of people will be the same caliber as you. They won't be a lesser denomination. And again, just know that with each person, they have their own problems. Everybody has their own issues. So try not to judge people, but at the same time, use your discernment so that you're not walking into a situationship where you're going to have to take on somebody else's issues because you know how to deal with them and you're a boss and they're not. That's an unequally yoked relationship. I don't care if these people have other things that are very attractive or appealing about them. If there is that big gap between, like, if you, like, for example, if this person, they don't have enough money, and I'm not saying not to be friends with the poor, but if they don't have enough money, like, to equally contribute to whatever you guys are doing, then that would be something to look at. You don't want to be in relationships where you have to foot the bill on everything, and where these people will just drain you dry of everything that you have, little by little, while destroying you. And that's what they do. That's what the devil does. And should we even blame the devil? Probably not, because the devil's just being the devil. Is the devil even self-aware that it influences other people to do shit like this? Who knows? If it was, if they were aware like that, but I don't get that they are. I just get that they're acting from their nature, which is the devil. Like, it is what it is. And I'm not saying the devil like a Lucifer, because I do not believe that Lucifer is the devil, but I am just talking about lower vibrational energies. You can call them reptilians, you call them whatever you want to call them, but lower vibrational entities. Eight of Swords. Yeah, these people are playing a very dangerous game. Like I said, the Fool and then jail. Whatever they're doing is going to end them up in jail or some type of restriction. So I don't know. Is this about, well, can we just get information on what this is about? You using your discernment with these people is keeping you out of jail. It's keeping you, it's like get out, not have to go to jail card. Like, just like you staying away from them eliminates that problem. This is why I will tell people that you can go down whatever road you want to, whatever path you decide to forge, but just know that some paths, like your destiny and your fate is your destiny and your fate. That is where you will end up. So some paths will just take you a much longer time to get there with a lot of more adversity and a lot more problems. You are somebody that knows that. This is why you sidestep these problems. You sidestep these people and you do not engage. Thus, you sidestep the problem. Do you get where I'm going with that? It's like emotional intelligence, the Lovers. This is what I'm saying. You're going to be able to use your intuition to tell who is for you and who is not, who is a divine pair. Like, seriously. I think it's funny that all of these people are competing for you and you don't even care. You're like over here creating a brand new experience with somebody who is everything that you want and everything that you need, who's your total freaking wish fulfillment. 9 of Cups. And you may be wanting to have children with this person. Whoa, the 6 of Cups, then the Page of Wands. If your wish fulfillment includes with your twin flame a child or children, yeah, that's how I would read that right there. Seriously. That right there in itself, with the wish fulfillment, the Lovers, the High Priestess, because you're going to use your discernment. This is why I will say, if you were to go down the avenue of this Page of Cups energy, or this King of Wands energy, or the Knight of Cups energy, it would take you a longer time to get to your destination, which is the Lovers card, right? And so I'm not saying those paths are bad. Sometimes you have to go through dating somebody where you find out what you don't like and what you do like. But I feel like these people are putting on a show. It's a fake facade. And why even go through that shit when you could sidestep it, not get involved in these people's problems, not be tied down to them, and then actually come into alignment with somebody who you do have a soul contract with, that's part of your bigger picture, that's going to help you grow as a person, and you guys are going to make a beautiful family. Like that's just what I'm saying. So you can look at these other people as doors, and you can go down your own path, which is what it looks like you're doing. And you're not going for any of these lame ass offers that come forward. And I feel like this is like a group effort with the devil energy here to try to block a twin flame contract from coming into union. But it's already destined. Like I said, you'll get there no matter what. But I would not go through the door of having to be with all these other people to get there. That's probably what this Valentine's Day portal is, to be quite honest, is people sidestepping all of these other doors that they could have gone down when it comes to love. Just being like, oh, becoming self-aware all of a sudden, being like, oh, yeah, I'm going to sidestep that. I'm not going to go down this path, this path, this path, this path. Because where I am going to end up being, I want that to happen in this lifetime. And because God has something great beyond what you could even dream of, okay, for each and every one of you. So if you stay in alignment for your assignment, if you listen to your inner wisdom, if you listen to that gut feeling, okay, if your body's giving you a reaction, pay attention, look at your thoughts, and just know that, yeah, this portal is going to have, these people are going to try to come in anyways, but they want to get this magic settled first. Like, these people feel like they need to fully dominate you with magic before they even come in. I'm serious. You're going to be sidestepping this problem, and these people, they will not even attempt to come in, and this magic will work against them. Yeah, Temperance, because your love life and everything else in it is protected by Archangel Michael. Who on this earth is going to do anything about that? What the fuck are they going to do about that? Like, seriously. Completely protected. Temperance. Archangel Michael energy. It also talks about a possible reconciliation. It did say that twice. Oh, in the 2 of Cups, it said, a broken relationship is healed through forgiveness. So, but that's the same thing as like reconciliation. The Temperance says reconciliation. So I would consider those two to be, yeah. talking about that. It also talks about you achieving balance and control over your life and like your mind, your thoughts. You could be finding that it's much easier to quiet the mind now. And I do feel like this portal has something to do with the heart chakra. So let's see. Well, it does have to do with the heart chakra, and it has to do with the throat chakra, the heart and the throat. Okay, interesting. Are there any planets in retrograde right now?
As of mid-February 2026, Jupiter is currently in retrograde, starting November 11th, 2025, and ending March 11th, 2026. This period encourages reflection on growth and wisdom. Uranus and Pluto are also in retrograde, influencing inner transformation and societal change.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So it's got those energies as well. But Jupiter is about money and luck and like success, finances, abundance. And then Uranus is about innovative thought, inventions, creations, new ideas, innovation. It's also about humanitarianism. And then it was Pluto, wasn't it? Pluto is about, damn it, I forgot what the last one was. What planets are in retrograde right now?
As of early 2026, several planets are in retrograde, including Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn. These planets,
it just added
along
one.
with
It didn't
Jupiter
say
and
Saturn
Mercury,
before.
appear to move backward in the sky during these periods.
Okay, so Pluto, which does have to do it has to do with like death, and also has to do with inheriting things through like death. Okay, when people die, they leave you like stuff. And then, anyways, Saturn, that has to do with rules and regulations and politics and all that type of crap. Yee. Okay, so again, when I asked it the first time, they didn't fucking say Saturn. I think they said Pluto, but they didn't say Saturn. But it's good to know that Saturn's also in retrograde. Okay, what else do they need to know before we go? So yeah, if you use temperance and you use your high priestess ability, you're going to be able to see through these people. This could be like you getting on a dating platform and people hitting you up and then you just being like, no. Like I would be, if I don't have a Tinder, but if I did, I would be doing the joy versus anger technique on every person, whether I even would like however it is on Tinder. I don't know if you like it or you heart it or whatever it is, but or you swipe or something. Well, whatever it is, I would be using I would be using the yes and no answering system with each person. Okay, like seriously, before I even waste my time talking to somebody. So just know that that is available to you guys, okay? The links to those books are in the description box below. Of course, this had to fall on the ground to make a big dramatic entrance. This 10 of Pentacles, you guys. This is like you having it all. An inheritance, a gift, a large sum of money. I was just talking about how Pluto has to do with inheriting wealth and things like properties, land through other people passing away, which is like a blessing, but it's also it's a blessing that comes about in a sad way. Some people are like, oh, I can't wait for them to die to get their shit. I would rather have the person alive, and well, than have whatever they have. I don't care about that shit. But some people, they are like, I want that person's stuff instead of wanting their own stuff. It's so bizarre. Yeah, this is also talking about influence and being affluence and being important, material growth, success, security achieved through conventional wealth building methods. It's not like you're doing anything to break the law to become successful, wealthy, healthy, and happy and whole. You're just doing something that's involving spirituality here. That's what I'm literally seeing. It also says that, seek a permanent job that will serve your ultimate career goals. Maybe you've done that. These people, they don't have that. That's one thing that they do not possess, is a permanent, secure, stable financial source. Okay, I'm serious. So if you were to look at why am I pulling in broke ass losers, I would be like, what's going on within me? And this is not my situation. This is something that you guys are going through. What are the thoughts and beliefs going on within me that are pulling in people that are all broke? Okay. And then once you get rid of that, whether it's a generational curse, okay, I would be asking, what is it? Like, what is it within me? What thought and belief is it? Can I locate the sucker? Because if I can locate it, I can get rid of it. You know what I mean? And if you start questioning when things are like showing up and the universe is slapping you in the face with stuff, and I know it doesn't feel good, you guys. I know it does not feel good for the universe to come just slap you in the face by putting an annoying person in your face. But I will tell you this. If you listen to your intuition, you will not be disappointed. Even if you have to stay home a night or not go out on this expensive whatever, these people are going to come in acting like they got more than what they have. Like, is significantly, because these people are in the Seven of Cups in the reverse. They look at you as a resource. I'm serious. These people are and I don't know if some of these people are in jail already. Weirdos. This is talking about dealing with life in a very superficial level. That's like skin deep. There is the lack of action, disappointment over a relationship that does not work. They are deceiving themselves. Possible bad decisions. Consider your motives carefully. Take initiative, follow up. Action is necessary for a positive outcome. So anyways, these people trying to do this to you is stupid. And maybe they're full of lust. I mean, that's not out of the question. Just not something I really looked at. But yeah, the devil does represent lust and greed and selfishness and cruelty and abuse and being materialistic. The devil represents basically the lower vibrations of people. Nine of Swords. Yeah, these people are already, figuring out that you're not going to go for whatever this is. I feel like they could not be sleeping. If you've been having a hard time sleeping, these people, they want you to feel that. I legit get that if you interacted with any of these people, you would start to feel sick. Like your body would literally like alert you and you would start to feel nauseous. That's what I'm getting. This is why listening to your intuition, listening to your inner wisdom and asking before, because these people are like banking on you not being who God says you are. That's stupid. Like, you're an intuitive person. They're hoping, they think that with their witchcraft they can deceive you. That's pathetic. The sun. You're going to continue to heal your inner child, be in the sun, ride that pony, okay, into the sunlight with victory. I feel like, you could be creating a home that's a legacy that you would leave to a child of yours, okay? Some of you could be getting ready to build a home, buy a home. You're thinking about moving to a new home, or you're wanting to move to a new home, or you're getting ready to move to a new home. The Two of Swords. These people are freaking blocked, okay? They don't look good either. Like, all of this glamour magic that they're trying to do, it's not doing anything good. I also get that these people are just like, why won't you just lower your standards and be with me? They know that they're ugly. They know that they're poor. They know that they're broke. They know that they're fucked up. And they also know that they can't get anything naturally in their life. They're sterile. They have to try to force the fucking nature itself to go against itself. No, sir, ma'am, it, they, them, go do the shadow work, go heal, go work on yourselves. Stop calling up this death energy. Don't be trying to unalive somebody's love life while trying to enter it at the same time. That is going to cause a huge backfire in itself. This is why this situation is over. You're in the Three of Cups. This is your time to shine. This is like you getting an abundant harvest, literally. You reaping the things that you came to this planet, to have, which is a peaceful life, you guys. These people, these dating options are not real dating options. These people may look good as fuck on the outside, like really attractive, very sexy, whatever, however they market themselves, but I'm telling you, there is something very flawed about these people. So if you don't go down these doors, you're going to enter into the door you need to be in. Well, I wouldn't say need to, because you're going to end up in this door eventually. Just does it have to take you like this is why I get that you're going to go through a portal and an ascension. You don't have to go through this other timeline of shit. Like where you would have still made the same choices in love relationship and had the same type of people show up. Yeah, that's out of the question. Once you know that this knowledge exists, okay, you can literally sidestep these people. Like, seriously. Get the truth of God. The link to it is in the description box below. Use the yes and no answering system. Develop and open that inner communication with your higher self so you can be divinely led. And that way, when you're doing that, you're so much more open to hear the things that the universe and God has for you. You know, hearing it, seeing it, however it comes to you. I also get that, you know, you guys could be like very team spirit energy right now. You could be like, I'm cuddling up to the divine so that I can have a good manifestation. This is what's drawing in other high vibrational people. So just know that even though you do have low vibrational people coming towards you, or attempting to at least, you also have high vibrational people coming towards you. So if you can focus on the high vibrational people, like if you have a friend that you love to be around, that shares equally with you, that doesn't keep secrets, that you can be open with and you can be around and you guys enjoy each other, then, you know, focus on that friend. Focus on the things that do bring you love, joy, and peace, and don't focus on the ones that don't, okay? And that'll be a good way to discern. Like if you're around somebody and you're wanting to date them, if you're not at peace, if you don't feel the energy of peace, that's not something that's worth investing any more time into, especially if it does not have peace within it. I mean, there's other things that are important, like honesty, freedom, you know, fairness, equality. But if it doesn't have peace, it's not going to work out. Justice. Literally, you guys, you're over here getting justice. Your justice is to be able to have people that are in alignment with your highest and best good. I also feel like you guys are you have good integrity, you know. Any contracts or agreements that are active right now will be resolved in your favor. If there is any legal dispute, it's being resolved in your favor. Also, just stay away from traps like, I'm just going to put it out there, like, what are they called? They're not called call girls. What are they called? They're not prostitutes, but just stay away from sex traps, like literally, because these people are walking lust machines. I forget what it's called, but they have them escort. Thank you. It's an escort. Stay away from that type of energy. All right. In general. Okay. Because I feel like these people are all holding the energy of being poor and being lustful. Very, very lustful. Which is one of their main motivations, is this lust that they have. Which there's nothing wrong with lust if you have with the right person, but excessive lust is like not a good feeling. I feel like you guys create situations that help other people, you know? Like you could be creating new job opportunities, the Hierophant. Yeah. This entire community, this secret society, whatever it is, of people, they're blocked. You guys, they're blocked. All these religious people are extremely blocked. Damn. And I don't know if you're part of a religion, but part of what you could be doing for a spiritual practice could be blocking these people. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, your justice is to get the Wheel of Fortune. And these people are going to have to just watch that and be okay with it. Like, I don't know what they were thinking, though. That they were going to watch you not get the Wheel of Fortune after you worked so hard for it. No, that's not what Spirit has for you. The 10 of Cups, you guys. This is your current energy. 10 of Cups. Happily ever after. A loving family. Getting to do the things that you want. You could literally be... It's forgiveness and reconciliation. How many times is it going to say that? If you guys are reconciling with a family member or something like that, that's a beautiful thing. Like I said, God can do anything. God can restore relationships that you thought that were completely burnt. The bridge was burnt to ashes. You know what I mean? But yeah, you guys could also be realizing that you don't want short-term relationships anymore. You don't want one-night flings, whatever they're called, one-night stands. You don't want these confirmation, these very quick, you know, meaningless relationships that are purely just sexual, which I think a lot of the dating populace is on that type of time, but not everybody is. And so this is just why you need to write down the things that you want that are necessity for you in a relationship and start focusing on those and focusing on those traits that you have within yourself that you would want to see in somebody else and being grateful for that. That's going to start getting things moving in the right direction. At least I also get that you could be creating a very family that's very supportive. Okay. I also get that, you have all the material possessions that you need to purchase a home or to move. Wow. Ace of Cups. Because God loves you. God is filling your cup up. What else? What else was that? Yeah, God is filling your cup up. You have intense friendships, loving family. This is what you're meant to have. You can let your guard down, but just not to these people. Just know that when people are on demon time, they're only going to lead you down the same path that they're on. These people can't do anything for anybody else. They can't even do the shit for themselves. So yeah, also if you're with somebody that doesn't love themselves, that's also not a relationship that's ever going to work. There are like a few things that I think are very important. Okay. If you're getting into a relationship with somebody and you feel like you have to like I can fix them. No, you can't. No, you cannot. Okay. Don't even get in relationships with people that you feel like, oh, they're okay, but I got to fix them in this type of way. If you can't love somebody the way that they come naturally, then you don't really love that person. And it's delusional to think that you can change another human being, without being able to jump inside their head and create their reality for them. And anybody that wants to do weird skinwalking shit like that needs to be not in no relationship with anybody. They need to go within and look within. This is why they keep doing that. Okay. 10 of Wands. Because like I said, this Hierophant group, they're carrying a cross. They're carrying a burden. They're carrying guilt. And these people they're very guilty, but like, you don't have anything to do with that. And especially if you were to go on a date with somebody and you ask them how their life is and they just keep going on and on and on about all these burdens they have, that would be a red signal. Like, yeah, you just got to listen to the way that your body responds, the way that your emotions respond. If somebody offends you, I mean, some people are just very unaware of their chaotic behavior. I'm serious. It's not that all of these people are evil people, but some people, why they're in the energy of the devil is because they are unaware of their own chaotic, disruptive, annoying nature. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. And so I feel like some of these people are just unaware that they're a bad influence. And they think in their own mind that they're a good influence because nobody's ever told them otherwise. When you figure out what somebody's character is, or if they have a different belief system or religion than you, and they're not willing to, they want you to conform to that, that would be called spiritual or religious incompatibility, not compatible. No comprendo, not going in any direction. But I also feel like if you meet somebody and they're in a religion, don't try to make them leave their religion. Like I'm saying, if you can't love them for who they are, then don't at all. That's all I'm saying, because it's a waste of your energy and your time to think you can fix people. And it's okay for other people to have their own opinion. But again, if you're a spiritual person that has already accessed your higher self and the divine realm and you know things, being with somebody that's completely the opposite of that, like these people need to catch up to where you are light speeds ahead of them. Does that make sense? And so you don't need a fixer-upper. You don't need somebody that's going to be mentally burdened and hurt by their own religion and whatever their belief system is. You want somebody that can rise to the occasion, that can actually commit to you, the other, what is it, out of 150, 50, that you give 50, they give 50. If there's one day where you can only give 40, that they can give 60 and vice versa, now that's a good relationship. But yeah, you have to look as well as could I see myself with this person in the future? Or is this just a right now thing? And if you find out that you're messing around one of these just right now thing relationships, don't get tied down. Don't get married to those people. have that experience and know that there is something other than the just right now experience. A lot of people are looking for that like right now fix, and like that right now fix keeps them in that same cycle for a while until they get so tired of it that they finally decide that they want something more. And then at that point, it opens their creation up to drawing in somebody that would also want something more. You guys are showing up the Emperor and the Empress, the highest cards in the deck. I would not go down to anybody else's level. I would not lower my standard. You know, if you have a standard, that's your standard. But I also would not be stuck to a type, because what I see, you know, poor Cardi B, what she is going through right now in her relationship, it's because she has a certain type of guy, and that certain type, she just recreated literally her ex in this new person's body. Okay. And it's very sad to watch her go through that. But it's also a big learning thing for women and people in general, that sometimes what your type is that you're attracted to is total fucking garbage, and you just have to like be able to see it for what it is and not keep going back to that, because that's like your safety net or what you conditioned yourself to think and believe. You know, I would try new things, that's for sure. I would definitely be like, maybe I should not be fucking with these types of people. And I'm talking about like they have the same type of flaw, right? And that's why using the truth of God, you can question your beliefs so that you get rid of them, so that you don't keep pulling in this people that are the same. Oh, but just know that if the universe is going to keep bringing in the same type of people, it is to slap you in the face, but it's in a kind way to show you, hey, there's something you need to release within you, or something you need to change about your thinking system or your beliefs, so that you just don't keep drawing in this same type of person. That's all it is, literally. You guys, that's not a huge effort. That's just you doing a little bit of introspection, instead of thinking like, oh, I'm just a slave to the system and I'm a victim to the system and this is just what's out in the dating pool. No, this is what you're attracting that's from the dating pool, but this is not the entirety of it. This is just one end of the pendulum. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I love that. That was dope, Melly Star. That was awesome. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. You guys are here to use your gifts and abilities to inspire the world. You have very deeply rooted connections with your environment and the nature around you. And I don't feel like anybody's going to do anything about that. I also feel like these people need you to sign some type of contract or do some type of energy exchange with them, and you're not going to give these people the energy that they want. So I would continue to use your gifts and abilities for the greater good. Know that this, you going through this portal on the 14th, which is like Saturday. And again, if you're watching this and it's past that date, just know that you went through a portal at this time. And what it's doing, it's opening you up to your highest timeline potential relationships, twin flame, the highest timeline, okay? Where these other doors, these other situations are just, it's not saying that you won't still get to the Lover's card, but it is just saying that you could avoid a lot of suffering and a pain and a lot of, you know, pointless relationships just by not opening those doors. And so if you continue to like literally, you know, just if you go through an awakening and decide that you want like a life partner, like somebody that you could be best friends with and lovers with and all of that, somebody that's perfect for you, I would definitely not go down the just getting a temporary fix, you know, by finding somebody that I'm at least attracted to enough to sleep with. I feel like that's a trap a lot of people fall into, and it becomes a pattern. And these people, they're stuck in that dominant pattern, okay? And they love to destroy people. These people are just, you know, they're unaware of their own behavior and how it's causing them to like lose. I don't know any other way to state that, but like these people are completely not aware of themselves. There's no self-introspection going on. So whatever it is that was drawing in that situation, please go within and heal that, so that you don't have a bunch of broke losers coming in to scam you out of your inheritance. These people would be like, stop working, devote everything to me. Like, fuck no, you're not going to worship no person like they're God. I'm sorry, but worship your higher self like it's God, because it is. But don't worship. And these people want you to self-sacrifice your own well-being for them. fuck no, you guys. Keep moving forward. If somebody doesn't love themselves, how in the hell are they going to love you? If they can't even love themselves, you guys, how are they going to love you? If somebody doesn't have peace in their life, what does that mean? That means that they're chaotic and they've got a lot of problems, and that would be a lot of things that you would have to be around and go through. So those two things are very, very important things. And then if somebody's not respectful, how can you have a relationship with somebody that's not respectful? So you want to write down on your list that you're manifesting, or your vision board, respectful, hopeful, trustworthy, basically, safe, like loving, caring, kind, all of that type of stuff. But really go down and go through all of the things that are actually very important, like trustworthy, fair, honest, aware, spiritually aware. Okay. All right, you guys. So thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Please like the video, you guys. I am going to talk about the 2 books that I have in the description box below. This is the book that I keep referring to throughout the reading, The Truth of God, an Advanced Intuitive Living Workbook. This is by Michael STEADMAN. The link to this is in the description box below. But it's got 3 techniques. Well, it has so many more than just 3, you guys, but it's got 3 techniques that are life-changing. The first one is the God technique, which gives you the ability to raise out of your ego so that you can be looking out through the eyes of your higher self. When I first started doing that technique, the consciousness gap was like freaking huge. It felt like, woo, okay. And then the more that I do it, the less that gap is, and the more that everything expands. That's the best way I can describe it. But I was trapped in the psychic realm, in the ego, one perspective for the majority of my life. When I came across this book and started doing the techniques, it got me untrapped, and I was able to finally rise above the stuff. So the second technique is a joy versus anger technique, which is the yes and no answering system that you see me use when I am doing these readings. And so it works with clairsentience, which is the ability that everybody does possess, which is clear feeling. Okay. And we know that a yes answer would be like the feeling of joy. The no answer would be like a feeling of anger, or something opposite of joy. Right. So that's kind of like a guide, but get this book, you guys. So it says, as the joy versus anger technique was the most important and useful intuitive application in this book, the mind technique is of the same importance level, but designed to clear the negative mental and emotional baggage beliefs that we are dragging around, which are influencing the reality that we are creating. Okay. So this is going to help you with your creation. It's going to teach you how to meditate. It's going to teach you about your higher self, God, and how to become more like God. Basically, the more that you integrate your higher self, the less I would just say the part of you that's not higher self, north node energy, is just going to fall away. And you could call it an ego death, but it's not really that. It's just, you transitioning into a higher vibration, a higher caliber of thinking. So yeah, you guys check this book out. It's a game changer. It changed my life. Okay, the link to it's in the description box below. The second book I'm going to talk about is the one that I've written. It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, and it's got a 14. So I designed this book off of the original Rider-Waite deck, Riderwaite, which is what you're seeing here. If you're going to invest in this, go ahead and get yourself a deck that's got the instructions, the words on it. The interpretations, I mean, not instructions, but literally, because this is going to help you not have to flip through like another book to get to the answer. Okay. And it still has the picture on there, everything. Like for each of the major arcana cards, which are the major transition cards, I have a different position for everything that you'll see on the card. So I'm going to read the Lovers because, all right, I'm going to read more of the Lovers. So the first spread is a 14 zodiac spread that helps you understand. You pull one card for your south node and one card for your north node, and then it gives you information on how to integrate that zodiac energy so that you become, you can basically adopt the positive traits of the zodiac and integrate the zodiac. Okay. And so it's got a 14 zodiac system. And then the spell is to step into one's destiny. So I'm going to read from the Lovers. So everything that you see on the card, there will be a position for in the tarot card spread. Here it is. Okay, so before I read the first two positions, I'm going to read position 3. Okay, so looking at this card, the right hand of the cherubim, the card for this position represents one's greatest virtue. This could be kind gestures along with charity work. If you are a humanitarian, that could be revealed in the card for this position. If you have any virtues that are passed down from either an ancestor or an angel of love, you may pick up on that in the card that you pull for this position. Position 4 is the woman, Lilith, and Eve. This card position placement will reveal your connection to the planet Venus. This card shows your compatibility with your divine feminine goddess self. The first woman was Lilith, was created from Earth at the same time as Adam, her twin flame, who was also created from Earth. This card placement can reveal how connected you are to either Lilith or Eve. Eve was a soulmate that God created for Adam when Lilith recited the secret name of God, grew wings, and flew away from the Garden of Eden. How innocent and naive you are will show up through the card that you pull for this spot. If you have any mother wounds, that could be revealed to you in the card that you pull for this position. If you pull the Empress card for this position, you will know that you are a child of Lilith and Adam. If you pull the Lovers card for this position, you are a child of Eve and Adam. This card position can reveal to you how aligned you are with the Lilith moon astrological placement. And then position 5 is man and Adam. This card, the card for this position will reveal to you how in alignment you are with your divine masculine energies. You can see how integrated you are with the planet Mars. If you pull the Emperor for this card position, you will know that you are a direct descendant of Adam and in alignment with the divine masculinity of your higher self. If you pull the Lovers card for this position, you can know that you are meant to be a husband and that you have a sacred soul contract available to you. Okay, and so the spell is to draw love into your life. The Chariot spell is to remove obstacles. The Strength spell is to become stronger. The Wheel of Fortune is to obtain good luck and good fortune. The Hangman is to sacrifice things that are no longer serving you. Okay, so in the back of the book, wow, I just opened it to the Lovers. That's dope. In the back of the book, I have a compendium of knowledge of what it could mean when the different card combinations come out together, like how I was talking about how you had the major arcana cards coming out, boom, 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 and how that meant something. So I've just basically documented what that could be. So the Lover's Tarot card. The Lover's Tarot card is a positive card to pull, but when it is in the reverse, it warns one of a bad choice in love life that has been made. When the Lovers is upright, you can expect the coming together of two individuals who are divinely connected to one another, such as a soulmate, twin flame, or karmic partner or relationship. If the Lovers comes out before the Star Tarot card, you can expect to have a relationship that is in the public view. Get ready for paparazzi because a famous love life is coming your way. If you pull the Lover with the Emperor, it means that the masculine energy coming in is a CEO, boss, daddy, wealthy, intelligent, mature, bold, courageous, and kind. If you pull the Lovers and then pull the 9 of Swords or the 10 of Swords, it would be a big warning that the person that you are having a partnership with is going to cause you great grief and karma. If you pull the Lovers and the 9 of Wands, it could mean that you are scared because a past relationship didn't work out. If the 9 of Wands comes out before the Lovers, it could indicate that the partner that you are with could end up emotionally scarring you in the future. If you pull the Lovers and the 2 of Swords together, it means that you are healing from a heartbreak and that you have a heart wall up. Heart walls are put up almost as a reaction to a traumatic event. In our minds or hearts, we say, whoa, that really hurts. I don't think that I want to experience that again. I am keeping that out. Then a wall is created, and that wall only will allow in the experiences that are on the lower compatibility spectrum. So this reading could have been about a heart wall that's going to come down on Valentine's Day. Because literally those other people, that other timeline, those were the lower experiences. So if you take that heart wall down when it comes to love, you're going to be able to just be in your highest timeline getting the good love experience. Interesting. I'm glad that I read this because I wasn't looking at it through that lens, but yeah, I actually do get that this is true. So this is why it is very important to be aware if you are blocking yourself in your love life, because with the heart wall, that is exactly how you block that. Basically, if you pull the Lovers and the 8 of Swords, it can indicate that a lover or romantic partner may be going to jail or that they are in jail. If the Lovers comes out with the Justice card, it is a warning not to cross this woman or man you are dealing with. When you pull the Last Judgment card with the lovers, it indicates that your love life is up under judgment for some sort of sin relating to sex or sexual relationships. If you pull the lovers and the sun tarot card, it means that your love will flourish and grow. When you pull the world and the lovers in the same tarot card spread, it means that your love will impact the world and that you will have a bigger mission when it comes to love and how you interact with the world. It just keeps going and going and going, you guys, but you got the idea. Check this book out. It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. If you are interested in learning how to pull cards for yourself and for others, you guys can use the tarot card spreads in this book and the spells over and over again, okay? And they're going to work for you. So check it out. The link to those books are in the description box below, you guys. That's really going to help you with your spiritual journey. And I suggest you watch all of the readings on both platforms. Just go to whatever reading you feel like the title calls to you and watch that one, because these are going to help you evolve and upgrade and tap into your abilities. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. Peace be with you. Have a wonderful evening, you guys. God bless you. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for everybody that donates, that supports, that likes the video, and that hypes the video, and that subscribes, you guys. That really helps this platform grow so that we can spread the love, okay? All right, you guys, I love you so much. Peace be with you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.